There we go. We are live. Thank you all for tuning in. This is very impromptu. Nothing is planned. I just wanted to go live today and talk about Earth Day and celebrate with everyone, but also, of course, mix in my own personal music that I've released into the world about climate change and global warming. So that's why I'm here today. What does Earth Day mean to you? I want you to take a moment and actually think about what Earth Day means to you. What do you think it means to you? What do you do? What actions are you taking at Earth Day? And more importantly, what are you doing on a daily basis in your everyday life? We're going to talk about it as we unpack um, what Victor and I do on a personal level, as well as what I try to do through my music releases as well. So it's about action, but it begins with awareness. Like, what are you doing? Do you talk about it with other people on a regular basis? I try not to be judgmental, but I try to share ways of doing things. I'm always eager to share different methods and ideas. Um, for example, Victor and I, back in 2017, invested in an entire array of solar panels for our roof line. And yes, we had to take a loan out for that and pay it off little by little. But you know what? We realized, and this is true testimony, it is one of the best things we've ever done monetarily, but it also is helping the earth, right? In 2017, we took out a loan and got an entire array of solar panels for our roof line. There is a huge array that points, what is this? North, well, it's actually southeast, and it's pretty good size that points southeast. But on the western side, that points kind of a northwest, but it's more west, I guess, west northwest. Is a huge array. It runs the whole length of the entire house. And truth be told, I want to add more on to that side, like a whole nother line, as soon as we can afford it. And then on the northeast side, we have a small array. So there's actually three different roof lines with solar power on them. And what used to be in the height of summer in July here in Florida, it gets very hot and very humid. It used to be over $400 electric bill per month. 450, $475. I'm not exaggerating, guys. I got the bills to prove it. The moment we had the solar power switched on, the bill dropped to, in the height of summer, somewhere between $150 to $200, depending, you know, on the heat and depending on what we were doing in the house. Now, as Victor will always tease me, I am a polar bear. I have my own fur coat installed and I'm always hot. So I run the AC at 73, right around 73, 24/7 year round. I work at home. I, sleep here, I eat here, I work here. I'm always in the house. And so the AC is running pretty much 24/7 at 73. We did invest also in a better um, energy efficient AC unit itself that is also solar compatible and, in fact, has one solar power panel connected to it. So we can add more onto it as well, which we plan to do. And we also plan on investing in a battery so that we can use that stored solar power at nighttime. So the next purchase for the solar is going to be more panels and a battery, right? We also both drive hybrid vehicles. I drive a Prius, and Victor has a Toyota Highlander, and they're both hybrid, so they save on gas and are very economical. My plan is to drive my Prius, which is a 2015, into the ground, hopefully will be able to get a fully electric vehicle that I can power up at night from my, well, power out during the day from my solar panels. That's the plan. So, of course, we have uh, recycling in our community. And this is a tip. We actually created a little buffer zone in our kitchen. And both of us know that if there's something that needs to be recycled, but we don't want to walk back and forth between the kitchen and the recycling bin, we just put it in that area. And whoever is coming this direction first takes it to the recycling bin, and it's worked out wonderfully well. So instead of throwing it in the trash, we put it in the buffer zone, and then the buffer zone's cleaned out and goes into the recycling bin. We're not perfect, but we're trying, right? We're trying. Which brings me to the song Scream. So some of you may have seen the song Scream, some of you may have not. Why is this? I'm sorry. I'm reading this. It says X is required to create live broadcasts on their platform. Please upgrade. Okay. This may not be streaming to X, and that's okay. It is what it is. It says it's live. I'm going to continue going. If you are watching live, please type in the comments because they will come here into the room and I can see your comments and talk to you. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, Scream. The first thing I have to say is if you don't know anything about it, watch my video between the lyrics or beyond the lyrics between the words where I talk about the song itself, but I'll share a few things right now. And that is I wrote the song over 20 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Over 20 years ago. So probably around the mid 2000s, I wrote the song. But I've been so busy working and teaching music lessons, I had not had time to record and release it. I recently retired from teaching one-to-one live. And so now I'm doubling down on my music production and building online courses in music education and metaphysical subjects as well on alexianmusic.com. Hey, Sandy. Sandy's tuned in. She's at the doctor's office. So she is tuned in from Facebook, watching from the doctor's office. Thank you for tuning in, Sandy. So yeah, the theme of Scream is Mother Earth crying out. And we are part of Mother Earth. We are not separate from Mother Earth. We are part of her. She is part of us. We are part of her. We come from the dirt. We will return to the dirt. And so therefore, what happens to her happens to us, right? It's not separate. The other thing I'm going to say is, I'm going to throw this away. Where's away? Think about it. There is no away, okay? It doesn't exist. It's here. It's on the planet. So when you throw something away, you're just putting it back into the earth. So the only choices you have is to recycle, reuse, or repurpose, right? So that's what we want to bend to. So back to the song, I want you to experience the music video, and I'm going to actually share it now. Again, this is very impromptu. I hope this works. If it doesn't, let me know in the chat. But I'm going to play the full Scream video, which has, of course, the whole song, and then we shall discuss. So let me bring that up, and we'll get started. Enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic, and that way you don't hear an echo. from soil, precious land bought to clear, melting stars of the sea. Hiding tiger made to suffer, panting she-wolf runs in fear, the poisoning of honeybees. Mother Earth is slowly dying, ripped apart by humankind. Father Sky is sad and crying, sun and moon all going blind. Can we stop the madness knowing we have already killed the dream? For life we scream. Searing rain falls with acid, tortured beasts put to the test. Heedless destruction, greed is the focus. Greed. Gouging earth stripped for mining, hanging air thick with smog. Licking flames burn out the hopeless. Mother Earth is slowly dying, ripped apart by humankind. Father Sky is sad and crying, sun and moon are going blind. Can we stop the madness knowing we have already killed the dream? For life we scream. Once we lived in harmony, celebrating life. Once we lived in stewardship, in our mother's eyes. Now we live for corporate greed, imitating life. Now we live for packaged pills, bought political lies. Political lies. Curdled oceans filled with toxin, hissing rivers run with waste. Respect for nature now extinct. Suffering children of our future, gurgling whale washed ashore. Planet Earth is on the brink. Mother Earth is slowly dying, ripped apart by humankind. Father Sky is sad and crying, sun and moon are going blind. Can we stop the madness knowing we have already killed the dream? For life we scream. Why aren't you screaming? Why aren't you screaming? The Arctic is melting, our oceans are rising, pandemics are spreading, and species are dying. The planet is warming, our forests are burning, our crops are failing, our children are crying. It's hell on earth. Hell on earth. We're creating hell All righty. I hope you all enjoyed that. Stop the video because it rolled into the next one. I want to address something, and that is the fact that yes, I used AI to create that video. But doesn't that destroy the earth? Let's discuss. First of all, AI is not going anywhere, guys. I hate to break it to you, but it's not going away. The car did not go away. The internet has not gone away. Think of all of the pollution that cars and automobiles have done to the earth. Think of all of the pollution that the internet that you're watching this video on is currently, causing pollution. It's using energy, right? And think of all of the pollution that AI is causing in the world today, and it's only going to get worse. Cars, the internet, the AI, the microwave oven, they've all come. They're all going to stay. They are not the cause. They are tools to be used. The problem is the energy behind these things, right? And it's not even the energy itself. It's how is that energy produced? That's the question you guys need to be asking yourself. Where is the energy coming from? Today, we could have complete clean energy, solar, wind, hydro. We could power the entire earth many times over. But the powers that be don't want that to happen because they don't make money. So you cannot be anti-car. You live in a society that uses vehicles. You cannot be anti-internet. You're using it right now. And you cannot be anti-AI. It's coming. It's going to get a lot stronger. And what we need to be mad at, what we need to direct our focus on, it's not the tools, but how is the energy being produced? That is the turnkey solution. Okay. So when you're voting, go out and vote. First of all, if you're not voting, don't even talk to me. But go out and vote for clean energy production, solar, wind, hydro, even nuclear fusion, not fission, which is what we have now, but fusion is right around the corner. So when, not if, when that happens, I'm sure there will be people that don't understand it and they'll be freaking out about fusion as well. But fusion has no pollution. In fact, its byproduct, as far as I understand it, is just water. So nuclear fusion is the energy source of the future, the nearer future. But right now we have solar, wind, and hydro. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Let's continue. All right, so the next song I want to talk about in my ecological musical journey is Save Me. I wrote Save Me back in 1991 and recorded it in 1992, and it ended up on my album Alexian, the Mother, the Magic, the Music. If you don't have that album, I still have CDs for sale for a very good price, and I will actually open them and sign them and mail that to you on alexianmusic.com. But you can also hear the song streaming as well through the internet, right? This was my early environmental awareness and concern. It's when I was educating myself about what was happening back in the 90s, early 90s, right? Started in the late 80s into the early 90s. And it's not only still relevant today, it's highly relevant today. It has gotten much worse in all of these years, right? So this song has stood the test of time. And I would like to share it with you now. I have a complete music video for it. It is not AI. Scream is the only AI video that I've ever made. And so, yeah, here is Scream. Let me share that screen with you. And we shall mute the mic again, and away we go. Enjoy Save Me.
The moon was full and staring, the stars were crystal clear. I lay to sleep, deep dreaming, our reality had disappeared. I walked out on the front porch, still so unaware that a worn out old woman sat there in a rocking chair. She said, son, I've got to tell you this, my health isn't good. She gave me a kiss, she laughed, then choked and began to cry. She screamed, I don't want to die, save me, you can make it better, just try a little harder as you go through life's plans. Save me, can't hold on forever, it's all up to you, it's in your hands. Save me, we're in this together, I've gotten so bad, I don't know what to do. Save me, no need to be clever to know if I go, surely you will too. Well, I felt a little dizzy and a little worrisome, so I asked her who she was, how and where she had come from. She turned and stared right into my face. If you don't know me, then my, what a waste. She pointed across the tops of the trees. I am the land, the water, the bees. I am you, and I am the world. And I don't want to die. Save me, you can make it better. Just try a little harder as you go through life's plans. Save me, can't hold on forever. It's all up to you, it's in your hands. Save me, we're in this together. I've gotten so bad, I don't know what to do. Save me, no need to be clever to know if I go. Well, I woke up and ran into the wilderness, shouting out loud and making promises. Then I realized just how much a part of this earth I really am. And I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Save me, we can make it better. Just try a little harder as you go through life's plans. Save me, can't hold on forever. It's all up to us, it's in our hands. Save me, we're in this together. We've gotten so bad, we don't know what to do. Send me, no need to be clever to know if I go, surely you will too. Moon is full and staring.
All right. So I haven't actually watched that video in quite some time myself, and I noticed that the Western Black Rhino was in that video. I, again, wrote the song in 91, recorded it in 92. The video was made probably around 2009, 2010 era, and I believe it was shortly after that that the Western Black Rhino was officially declared extinct. And in Scream, the new video, it is featured in a glass case with children huddled around it from elementary school going, look at that. What's that? It's a rhino, but that's a different rhino. Yeah. Yeah. Species going extinct in our lifetime. We're watching it happen. And there are actually places online you can Google that tell you the ones that are mostly endangered. And then it keeps a track of, yearly new species are declared extinct over and over and over. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. Yeah. So back to what can you do? Well, there's an old saying I love that says small hinges swing big doors. And I love that saying because it's so true. Small hinges swing big doors. What does that mean? Well, small actions add up over time. Okay. Small actions add up over time. Sit down and think about just the tube inside your toilet paper. That little cardboard tube inside your toilet paper roll. It doesn't look like much. I'm going to throw that away. But then you have the choice to recycle it. Now zoom out from your house. How many of those do you use a year? Zoom out farther. How many? Multiply it by your neighborhood. Zoom out to the entire country. Multiply it by the whole country. You get the picture. It's not about the individual thing. It's about time, over time. Small hinges swing big doors. And I'm constantly looking at things. I'm telling you, I'm constantly looking at things going, can I recycle this? I don't know. You know what? It's a little dirty, but I'm going to wash it. And I go to the sink and I scrub it. It only takes a second. I scrub it. And then it's a clean piece of plastic that I might not even know what it came from. And then I can take it and put it in the recycling bin. So just because it has something caked on it, some icing from a cake or a little bit of oil from the pizza, you can cut that part out and put the rest of the box in the recycling. A little bit of effort, guys, goes a long way. Everyone has a role because everyone is part of the earth. We're all here together. You are not part or separate from. Okay, so my challenge to you is to take a second and sit down and think about what is one new thing, just one, not 100, just one new thing that you can incorporate into your life starting today on an ongoing basis. What is the one small hinge that you can do that over time will swing a big door? Make sense? And speaking of challenges, I just challenged you to take one extra step. Well, that brings us right into the next song. See what I did there? the next song and the last song that I will share today with you, I'm almost done with this broadcast, is a song dear to my heart. It is based on a poem by Grandmother Elspeth. For those of you that know Grandmother Elspeth, please comment below. We all love and adore the self-proclaimed grandmother to the world, Grandmother Elspeth. And I was at a pagan gathering and she called me over. She was sitting in a chair under a shade tree. Lexian, come here. So I went over and I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she goes, here. And she thrust this poem, this very nicely printed poem in a beautiful little frame, you know, sealed, and said, here, set this to music. I'm like, yes, ma'am. You know, when the crone points her finger at you, you answer, right? So I took the poem, and truth be told, I had it for at least a year or two before I had time to contemplate even recording it. And I did restructure the verse just slightly to take it out of a poetry form and put it into a lyrical form and a song format. But The Challenge, which is a poem by Grandmother Elspeth, became The Challenge, a song by Alexian based on Grandmother Elspeth's poetry and words. And so I would like to share that with you now, honoring Grandmother Elspeth and the message behind it, which in general is do better. Just do better. Again, small hinge, right? Just do better. So here we go. I'm going to mute my mic again.
I challenge you by mystery and magic. Become the person you were meant to be. To cherish the earth, honor the winds, nourish the fire, drink deeply of the living waters. I challenge you by mystery and magic. Live life more fully, and you will see the infinite possibilities surround you, all around you. You'll find them with ease. Get out of your own way. I challenge you by mystery and magic. Become aware of other than human beings. To share habitat and nourishment, to acknowledge all creatures as God's given teachers. They will guide you true. I challenge you by mystery and magic. Free yourself from both nation and of race. Recognize all as family. Know that war will not set you free. It is not the answer. In times to come, there will be darkness and dissolution. There will be raging anger, pain, and deprivation. There will be loss, and there will be most violent death. But I will say again with my own final breath, I challenge you by mystery and magic. Truly view the earth as living and alive. Find your purpose in relation to hers. All living things should always be heard. She is divine. I challenge you by mystery and magic. Continuing your chosen path, living joyously. Be deaf to the words of the unawakened. Uneasiness there, let not fear nor despair make you weak. For the eternal ones are with you now and forevermore. The eternal ones are with us now and forevermore. The eternal ones are with you now and forevermore. The eternal ones are with us now and forevermore.
Okay, let me get myself back here on the screen. There we go. I have to point out a couple of things in that video because I always get asked this. And the first one is this a fake scene, like some sort of graphical, CGI type of thing because I look like a gnome? That's what people say. I look like a gnome in this scene right here because the tree is so massive, right? And the answer is that is a real video shot. It was all of the shots of me were filmed in a local public park. And that is a cypress tree. That is a very large, old, wise cypress tree. And I love that little grove. It's like a little fairy grove, little fairy garden there. And it's full of magic and life energy. And that tree is so old and stands there and watches over it. But that's the first thing I wanted to point out. And then the second thing that I want to point out is the tree at the point that I'm standing directly in front of it. And I raise my arms up. So let me get that up on the screen. This one here. This is actually, I'm going to mute the sound. This is actually was planted by our coven. This tree in that park. And it is our coven mascot, if you will. And it's very special to us. And I will leave it at that, coven secrets and all that good stuff. But a lot happens with that tree in that public park. So there you have it. There is the 3 songs that I have written specifically about Earth, saving the mother, and trying to do better, and how small hinges swing big doors. So now I will really challenge you, as the song says, to take a moment today, because today's Earth Day, and ask yourself, what can you do? What can you do? Well, enter the musician, sharing my music. Of course, I'm going to bring up the fact that if you stream or purchase my music, I actually am connected with Stripe Climate Fund. So 1% of everything you buy from my website at alexinemusic.com goes straight to climate support to fight climate change. And that is real world impact. If you're not familiar with Stripe Climate, look it up. It's a real thing. And I do donate 1% of everything I make on my website to that fund from my music and in the future, my courses, etc. Something else you can do is just watch my videos more. You can stream my music on Spotify. You can stream my music on Amazon Music, on Apple Music. Not all of my music is streaming. I do have the Chant of the Month Club, which you can check out at alexianmusic.com/chant. And that is exclusive music that's more about worshiping and spell work. And it will never stream. You can only get it through the subscription of being on my Chant of the Month Club, or purchase them after the fact in bundles of 5. There is one more thing that you can do today. I am running a challenge. Speaking of challenges, every Earth Day, now from today on, I am challenging people to record themselves on video. Just grab your phone, do a selfie, videotape yourself screaming, "Ha!" as loud as you can. And you can do it at home. You can do it in your car. You can do it in a park. You can do it in the forest. You can do it in the middle of downtown, in the middle of a bunch of people, and have them all go, "What the hell's happening?" Right? But then you're going to post that video on this same social media platform of you screaming. But here's the important part. You have to add the hashtag Scream with Alexian and the landing page for the song Scream. So people are like, why are they screaming? And they click on the link and they're like, oh, it's a song. And that's alexianmusic.com/scream. alexianmusic.com/scream. So put Scream with Alexian as a hashtag and alexianmusic.com/scream in your screaming video. I will actually choose a handful of people of the best screams, and I'm going to add you to a remake of the Scream video at the end of the video. If you watch the music video again, you'll see people screaming at the end. Those people will be gone and your face will be there instead. Okay, so you'll be immortalized in one of my music videos, and I'm going to do this every single year. Hashtag Scream with Alexian. Every Earth Day from now on until the day I die, I will be doing hashtag Scream with Alexian. So scream with my song, just one scream. It takes 5 seconds. It's something you can do, and put it on social media. It'll tag the song. It'll help the song gain traction. The song gains traction. It produces money. 1% of that money goes to climate change instantly. And it took you how long? 5 seconds. Small hinges swing big doors. Okay, so I got a cough. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending the time with me today on Earth Day. I hope you enjoyed the music, and I hope you enjoyed the crazy stories I have behind the music, all of which are true. And until next time, I will see you. I have one Alexian show left, and that's Sunday, May 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's Sunday, May 3rd at 3 p.m. Eastern. My special guest will be Lady Ayana Niktos, and she is a dear friend of mine and an initiate of mine who heals people and guides them spiritually through sacred movement and dance. And she will be my special guest for the Alexian show. And that's the final Alexian show, which frees up more of my time to produce more music and create the courses for you guys. So until then, have a wonderful day. Enjoy Earth Day. Think about the one hinge that you can add to your life. Blessed be.